Ladies and gents, please stand up for the national anthems.
Welcome everyone to this wonderful venue. We have the umpires walking out with the new ball in their hand. Out come the openers, cheered by a good crowd in. Pace bowler into the attack. There must be some nerves as the batsman is set to face his first ball. Not a great ball, and that has been hammered. Terrific shot. That was a good ball and equally well played by the batsman. This must be hurting the captain. He needs his bowler to be more disciplined with his lines. Oh, that's beautifully done by the batsman. Exquisite timing. Gorgeous shot. Found the middle of the bat there. Looks in good batting form. Very well struck. Nobody's going to catch that unless in the crowd. I know he's a fierce competitor and doesn't shy away from a challenge, but that is just crossing the line, I think. That was a stunning shot. But it seems like the bowler prefers to bowl from this end. Well, that's a six. The power is extraordinary. That was a brilliant shot. Perfectly executed. Good bowling. It beats him all ends up. Tell you what, that previous delivery must be playing in the batsman's head. Very well struck. Nobody's going to catch that unless in the crowd. Lovely timing. Ball hitting the sweet spot. Beautiful shot by the batsman. That's 4 more. That ball deserved a boundary. The bowler is looking furious. Is a short ball coming? Oh, he's launched that one. That's huge. He looks in good touch. That's gone high. Spectacular catch. Perfectly timed his jump and made sure he held on to that one. The fielding side is ecstatic after that breakthrough. Batsman takes the long walk back to the pavilion. My God, this looked impossible until he took it. Incredible effort by the fielder. The close-in fielder should be on their toes to ensure that the batsman stays on strike. Well, that's a massive six. Made a cracking sound of the bat. No chance for any fielder to cut that off. No, that's lovely timing. The ball racing to the boundary. crowd is enjoying every bit of this action. Very well struck. Nobody's going to catch that unless in the crowd. It's a full house here, and what an atmosphere we've had for this match. Good shot for a single. Oh, he's thrown it wide. Picked and deposited out of the park for a 6. That's a clean strike. Bowlers can actually get extra bounce by bowling cutters on this pitch. Hammered away for 4. Good placement. It looks in good batting form. Beautiful placement. He knows exactly where the fielders are. There's such a wonderful crowd in to watch their favorite players. That is glorious. Perfect timing and placement. Gorgeous shot. Found the middle of the bat there. He's not going to miss out on those. Oh, that's picked up. And straight into the crowd for a 6. Lovely timing. Ball hitting the sweet spot. Well, the captain has decided taking the pace of the ball is a good way to go. Well, that brings us to the end of the power play. Fielding captain can now have more fielders outside the inner circle. Oh, that's the beauty of a delivery. The bowler really unlucky to not get an edge on that one. That was a moral victory for the bowler. Beautiful bowling, hitting the right legs. Tell you what, that previous delivery must be playing in the batsman's head. Good shot for a single. Direct him. As a batsman, one should never take on his arm. Well bowled, past the edge of the bat. The batsman should watch the ball closely and get in line at the ball. Well, that is glorious. Absolutely glorious. Perfect timing. Good start. Saving certain boundary. Very well played. Just working on the field where the gaps are. Good effort by the fielder. Turned away for a single. Nice throw straight to the top of the stumps. He'll bowl at. Well placed into the gap, possible too. This is poor fielding. They can't leak out runs like this. Fans would be disappointed. These extra runs right here could be the difference between winning and losing this game. You need to try and make them work really hard for each run. This kind of a fielding effort is really not going to help them. Now that's a good 50. It will be appreciated by the crowd. Dazzling batting by this duo. The captain needs to come up with a plan to break this partnership. Gorgeous shot. Found the middle of the bat there. He's growing in stature as well in this innings. Good shot for a single. That was a poor throw. Needs to be a lot more accurate. Wow, he's picked the bones of that one. Lovely timing, ball hitting the sweet spot. Well, the captain has been very smart with his bowling changes. Well, that's a massive six. Made a cracking sound of the bat. Well, that's a six. The power is extraordinary. Fantastic batting that. Great execution. Spinner brought back from the other end. Well, that's a massive six. Made a cracking sound of the bat. He has hit that exactly where he wanted to. Oh, he's launched that one. That's huge. That was a stunning shot. Wonderful sound of the bat, and that's a six. I tell you what, that shot looks even better in the replay. Lovely timing. That's hit hard. That's hit for six. That's a great shot. He has hit that exactly where he wanted to. Superb delivery, can't do much with that. Tell you what, that previous delivery must be playing in the batsman's head. Beautiful bowling, hitting the right legs. It'd be interesting to see what pace he'll bowl at. Batsman losing his concentration there. Oh, he's clubbed that for a six. That's a great hit. Goes to a splendid 50. Good innings and gets a grand applause. These two gentlemen have played really well and have been finding the gaps at will. Important partnership this. That was a stunning shot. Slim pickings at the moment. The batsmen need to up the gear a bit. Very well struck. Nobody's going to catch that unless in the crowd. That was a brilliant shot. Perfectly executed. Edge, but lands in a no man's land. He deserved a wicket there. That's hit hard. That's hit for six. That's a great shot. Gorgeous shot. Found the middle of the bat there. Well bowled, past the edge of the bat. Batsman losing his concentration there. Oh, that's picked up and straight into the crowd for a six. Lovely timing, ball hitting the sweet spot. Good pickup shot this. Has that gone for a six? Yes, it has. That was a brilliant shot. Perfectly executed. Well, that's a massive six. Made a cracking sound of the bat. That was a brilliant shot. Perfectly executed. Oh, that's picked up and straight into the crowd for a six. I tell you what, that shot looks even better in the replay. Lovely timing. There is a little bit on the surface for the bowlers. It's also good for batting. Wonderful sound of the bat, and that's a six. There he goes, fantastic 100. There's been an innings of exquisite timing and brilliant placement. That was a brilliant shot. Perfectly executed. Bowlers need to bowl tighter lines to him. They have to make sure it's not a daddy 100. Beautiful placement. He knows exactly where the fielders are. Dazzling batting by this duo. The captain needs to come up with a plan to break this partnership. Gorgeous shot. Found the middle of the bat there. Magnificent striking from the batsman. Pushed in the gap. Batsman will look to get some valuable runs here. Fantastic bit of fielding this. That was outstanding fielding. Well, that's a massive six. Made a cracking sound at the bat. He has hit that exactly where he wanted to. Very important to keep wickets in hand, because in the death overs, they'll have that security. Beauty from the bowler, zips past the edge. Batsman losing his concentration there. But that's a good shot from the batsman. Wasn't the best ball though. That ball deserved a boundary. He looks in good batting form. That's a beauty. The batsman had to play at that one. Batsman losing his concentration there. Good bowling, it beats him all, ends up. That was a moral victory for the bowler. Tremendous hit this. That's a crowd catcher, that's a six. Fantastic batting that. Great execution. Good shot for a single. Beauty from the bowler, zips past the edge. Tell you what, that previous delivery must be playing in the batsman's head. Oh, he's launched that one. That's huge. I tell you what, that shot looks even better in the replay. Lovely timing. Turned away for a single. The fitness level of the players today is something else. Wonderful to see them run like that. That's a beauty. The batsman had to play at that one. Last ball coming up. Well, that's out. Poor shot from the batsman. must be kicking himself. End of the first inning won't be long before we resume this thrilling contest.